Welcome to Honors Spotlight. I'm Robin Lee, your host, and this episode features MTSU Honors student Renee Tettah, a recipient of the Benjamin A. Gilman International Scholarship, to talk about her transformative study abroad experience in Senegal. When Renee packed her bags, she expected an academic adventure, but what she found was a journey of self-discovery. From immersing herself in a new culture and learning the local language to building meaningful connections with people halfway across the world, Renee reflects on how her time in Senegal reshaped her worldview and strengthened her sense of purpose. Her story is one of growth, courage, and the power of stepping outside of your comfort zone. So Renee, welcome to the podcast. Before we dive into your study abroad experience, tell us a little about yourself, your major, where you're from, your involvement on campus, whatever you're going to talk about.
Okay, thank you so much for having me. I'd like to use this opportunity to say a very big thank you to the Honors College for this opportunity. So my name is Renee Tettah. I'm an honors student with a double major in political science with a concentration in pre-law and French. I'm quite involved with some campus activities like mock trial. I'm one of the captains for one of the teams, and I'm also in the African Student Organization. And for this semester, I also became a CLA student, MSV. And I think for the most part, I've just been going around helping with the Honors podcast and stuff like that. And I also recently went to Senegal for my study abroad program. And I think it was a really great experience.
So what drew you to political science and French?
So initially, I wanted to do political science because it was the only major that had a concentration in pre-law. But after my first 2 years in MTSU, I realized that it was something I really wanted to do. And for my second double major in French, I just chose it because I just loved the language.
So you were involved in so many things on campus. You mentioned mock trial and the College of Liberal Arts Student Emissary Program, and even the World Languages and Cultures Club. How have these roles shaped your perspective as a student?
Well, I'll say first and foremost has given me the opportunity to learn how to think, how to relate with people, how to seize opportunities, and all these organizations have helped me in my career path. Since I want to be an international attorney, all these mock trial, being in the Legal Studies Society have shaped me into pursuing my career.
Let's talk about what I'm really excited for, and that is your recent trip to Senegal through the Gilman Scholarship.
Yes.
What sparked your interest in studying abroad, and why did you choose Senegal as your destination?
I would say that I just wanted to go outside of the US to explore, and I was looking for a better way to get better in speaking French. I chose Senegal because I wanted to go to an African country that was going to count towards my French major for credits. So I thought about it and I was like, I think I would love to go to Senegal. So I decided to go in for it. And I loved every part of it.
Now, from previous times that I've spoken with you or listened to you speak, I know that you were born in California, correct? Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Ghana.
Okay, because you say you want to go outside the U.S. to explore, and I'm like, you've explored outside the U.S. before.
Yes.
So.
Well, the funny thing is I haven't been to another African country aside Ghana, so I thought it wise to explore a different African country to see how their culture is like.
Are there a lot of differences or even similarities?
So when I landed in the airport for the very first time, it looked exactly like Ghana. And it reminded me of all the memories, and it was interesting.
Yeah. That was awesome.
Yes.
When you first arrived in Senegal, what stood out to you the most, and was there anything that completely surprised you?
So when we got to the airport, I just smelled a very nice fragrance, and I really loved it. It smells like African, and it was so natural and refreshing. And I also liked how different people just helped to pick up our stuff. And these were people we were not directly related to or even knew, but they just wanted to help. And we saw that as we kept exploring the city, how different people were just ready to help us learn a language, help us carry our bags, help us buy stuff. And I think that was really hospitable of the people in Senegal.
think that's kind of some people's aversion to traveling internationally is because they're going into this unknown place and they're worried about interacting with people. And I hear so often from people who go to other places that people are really helpful in general, and they're not as bad as what everybody thinks they're going to be.
Exactly. People think if you go to a new country altogether, you're going to get lost and you're going to struggle with learning their dialect and communicating with them. But when you actually get there, you realize that they're just excited to see you, and it makes things even much more easier.
Okay, and you mentioned this, that it smelled African. Describe that smell to me, because I've never been to Africa, so I don't know
how it smells like.
Yeah.
It's like natural and refreshing, like natural spices and natural herbs. I don't even know how to describe it, but I think everyone should come to Senegal to smell it for themselves.
Okay. Anybody who's been to Africa probably can relate, but that's just me personally.
Yes.
So as a French major, this trip must have been a huge opportunity for language practice. How did being immersed in the culture impact your language skills and your understanding of the culture?
I would say that I haven't been to a French-speaking country before. I haven't been to a Francophone country before. So having to be in an environment where you can practice your French language, I think is really great. Most of the time, we just get to speak French with our professors in the classroom, or like if we have like the world languages meetings and stuff like that. But if you're in a country where everyone is speaking French, you'll be forced to communicate with them in that language, and everyone is excited for you to learn how to speak their dialect. So they're gonna, even if you speak like broken French, they're gonna like help you learn the words little by little, and before you know it, you'd gain that confidence to be speaking French fluently.
I know you said it looked the same and it smelled the same and it felt a lot like Ghana, but if you haven't been to a French-speaking country before, what language do they speak in Ghana?
So in Ghana, we have different local languages, but if you come to a capital city, you're going to hear a lot of Ga, but we also have people who speak Twi, we have Hausa, so we have a lot of local languages. But the difference between Ghana and Senegal would be that Senegal is a Francophone country because they were colonized by the French, so they speak French and Wolof, but we were colonized by the British. So even though English is our official language, we have like local languages we speak as well.
That's very interesting. So of course, making study abroad happen takes planning and funding. So let's talk about your Gilman Scholarship. How did you first learn about the Gilman Scholarship, and what was the application process like?
I would say I learned it from the College of Liberal Arts, Political Science and Global Affairs, and the Honors College. When I told my faculty advisor that I'd want to go to Senegal, he immediately recommended the Gilman Scholarship for me as well. So each of these organizations played a role in helping me out with the whole process.
Okay. What advice would you give to other students, especially those from underrepresented backgrounds, about applying for the Gilman Scholarship or other study abroad funding?
I would say you'd first of all have to believe in yourself. I'm a junior currently, and since my freshman year, I knew about the Gilman Scholarship, but I never applied to it because I thought I was not gonna get it. But I applied in my sophomore year for the very first time, and I got it. So it just boosted my confidence. I also realized that people don't get it in their first try, but that's okay. You have to keep trying. You have to know where your strengths and weaknesses are and build upon it. And I think in the long run, you're going to be successful at it.
Is there like an essay that you have to write, or like what is the application process like?
So there are tons of questions you have to answer. I first of all made sure I was eligible for it because you have to be a full-time undergraduate student. And you also have 3 essays you have to write after the letters of recommendations. For the 3 essays, and also sending in your transcripts. For the 3 essays, you have to write about developing mutual understanding in your host country, your statement of grant of why you want to receive the scholarship, and then a follow-up service project that you have to do when you get back from your study abroad program.
So you also received the College of Liberal Arts Education Abroad Scholarship. How important was that additional support for your journey?
I would say I really felt special because I applied this is a sign for someone not to give up, because I applied multiple times for the CLE scholarship, but I didn't get in. And then when I applied for my recent one, I got in. It made me feel very special because your academic college is really concerned about your success and really interested about pushing you to engage in the study abroad or become better yourself. So I really felt special about that.
Your experience sounds incredible, but beyond the travel, study abroad often changes how students see the world. How did studying abroad change you personally and academically, and has it influenced your career goals in any way?
I would say that I didn't know what type of law to specialize into or where I wanted to work. I just knew I wanted to become an attorney. But when I went for the study abroad, we went to the government house, we explored different places, we met different organizations. It really influenced me to go into international law and work for the UN. So I think that was one thing that really helped me in discovering who I was. And it also helped me to build up my French language. So I would say that it really helped me to have a specific area of study I want to venture into. And I'm really grateful for that.
And it is so good to hear that you already have those goals in mind and that plan mapped out, because I do think there are a lot of college students who don't think that far ahead and they're just kind of living in the moment. And I love hearing that all of our honor students are usually like 10 steps ahead and
I'm
back
very
up
excited about that, because I had no idea that going for this study abroad program was gonna help me figure out which kind of law I want to venture into and even like where I want to work in the future. So I'm really grateful for that.
Why do you think that global education is important for students, especially those who may feel that it's out of reach?
I would say that there's a lot out there to discover, and as young people, we need to embrace that. We are young, we're exuberant, we have a lot of energy and more opportunities. So I think that what you wouldn't have like around you in your environment, in your country, you could actually figure that out when you go to a different country. You're gonna meet different people, immerse yourself in different culture, and who knows, you might end up knowing what you actually want to do. You might end up figuring out what you want, where you want to work, and how you could impact different kinds of people, and even start your own foundation in your study abroad country.
You mentioned wanting to encourage students from diverse and underrepresented backgrounds to consider study abroad. So why is that so important to you, and what message do you want to share with those students?
I would say that if you're from an underrepresented background, you could make that difference of being represented, and it all starts from you and the decision you make to step up. And it's very difficult being from an underrepresented background because you're going to lack that confidence to believe in yourself and give it a try. And I would also say that taking that very first step is really important, because it's the very big, hard step, but you just have to take it. So for me, initially, just like I'll use myself as an example of how like I thought I wasn't going to get it, but I just gave it a first try and I just got it. So who knows, if I had done it 2 years ago or a year ago, I might have gone to like 3 countries already. But it isn't too late to still take that bold step and just give it a try.
What are some other countries that you would like to visit in the future?
I'd want to go to France for my study abroad program next summer. So I'm working towards it. And then I want to go to all of the African countries, all 54 of them.
Are there any scholarships that you're looking into applying or that you have already applied for and you're just waiting to hear back?
I'm hoping to get the MT Engage scholarship, because that's what they gave me last summer, in addition to the College of Liberal Arts Study Abroad scholarship and the Gilman scholarship. And I'm also hoping to get some funding from the Honors College as well.
So you definitely are reaching out everywhere you can.
You have to seize every opportunity, because the goal is not to pay anything out of pocket. So yes.
How did you hear about all these opportunities? Where can students go if they're interested and they want to try for something like this?
I would say that there are so many campus resources. The Honors College always makes resources available with the College of Liberal Arts. the Department of Political Science and Global Affairs. But sometimes for students, it can get a bit overwhelming. So the first thing you have to do is to know which country you want to go to and talk to your faculty advisor who is in charge of that program. And that way, your faculty advisor is going to guide you through the entire process. For my Senegal program, my faculty advisor was Dr. Lee. And Dr. Lee helped me with the entire process, with the funding. He sent scholarships to different forms of scholarships to all the students who were applying. He even created a group me chat for all the students, and when the deadlines for the scholarships are drawing near, so you prepare towards it and you don't end up missing any scholarship deadline.
That's good that there is somebody there that is helping multiple people stay on track.
Yes.
That is awesome. Were there any challenges that you had to overcome, maybe financial, logistical, emotional even? How did you handle those?
I would say that the Gilman Scholarship had a lot of questions. And I remember filling them out during my finals period. So trying to balance like academic work and writing your essays and getting it done, getting it proofread by the writing center, by the Honors College. Miss Clifford helped me out with all of that. I would say that was a bit challenging. And for the emotional part, it was a bit overwhelming because I was doing like juggling so many things at the same time. But my faculty advisor always kept checking up on every single person to make sure that you turned in that application. He's not only going to send you reminders of which application to apply for or the deadlines for them, but he's going to check up on you and make sure you turn it in. And I think that was a great strategy he used to make sure that everyone got some form of funding as well.
That's good. So finally, what is your favorite memory from Senegal that you'll never forget?
This is fun. My favorite memory was when we went to a desert in Lompoul. It's spelled Lompoul. We spent a night there. We had a bonfire. We had good food. It was amazing. We thought we were going to like sleep with wild animals because it was a tent and we had to we were all scared, but we all slept soundly. We were safe. Nothing bad happened to anyone. We even wanted to stay for extra days, but we just had to go. It was really, really fun. And we also danced with other people. And surprisingly, we met different people coming for their study abroad tours. And we all came together in a circle. We danced. We had good food. And everyone was really excited.
That does sound like so much fun.
It was. I wish I could go back. Next year, I would want to go to France for my study abroad program. And I'm excited that this program has more days as compared to my Senegal program. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm also hoping to go in the fall of next year to Washington, D.C. for my internship. And I'm really excited about that. I would just like to say thank you to the Honors College for giving me this recognition and for helping me out with my entire study abroad process. And I also like to thank the Department of Political Science and Global Affairs, the Department of the College of Liberal Arts, and even the study abroad department. They did an awesome job to give everyone some amount of funding for their study abroad, and I think that was really great.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Honor Spotlight podcast, and a special thank you to Renee Tettah for sharing her inspiring story and reminding us how transformative study abroad experiences can be. If you'd like to learn more about the Gilman Scholarship or other global learning opportunities, contact Honors Advisor and Head of the Undergraduate Fellowships Office, Laura Clifford. Be sure to follow Honor Spotlight for more stories that celebrate our students, alumni, and the incredible experiences that shape their journeys. Until next time, thanks for listening.